This is Dave Palumbo with RxMuscle.com in the Iron Asylum with 19-year-old Carlos Silva. We are here training chest at Powerhouse Gym in Syosset, New York, 1 week out from the 2014 NPC New York Metropolitans. Welcome, Carlos.
Hey, how's it going, Dave?
Very good. Talk to me a little bit about you're prepping for this show. You're trying to hit the middleweight class, obviously, and talk to me a little bit about your contest history leading up to this, because a lot of people might not know who you are.
Well, this is actually will only be my second competition. I did the Metropolitan as well 2 years ago. I did the middleweight class, the teen A division, which was a 13 to 17-year-old because I was 17 back then. And I won the teen A class, and I believe I got like 7th or 6th in the middleweight.
This is great.
Yeah.
17 years old. Now you're 19. Obviously, the Teen Nationals is coming up a little later in the year in July. Will we see you there?
Unfortunately, no. I'll be turning 20 in April 21st. In 2 weeks.
Missed the cutoff.
Yeah. The plan was to do Teen Nationals last year, but me and my trainer, I work with Dominic Cardone.
Right.
We decided that my back wasn't developed enough, so he just said, you know what, there's no point in competing if, the whole point is the longevity of the sport, so you don't want to compete just to compete and just to step on a stage. You obviously want to be competitive and give it your all, especially with your body, expenses, and everything,
Well, Dominic happened to be a exceptionally blessed teenager, so he's a different story. Let's talk though about you because I always find it very intriguing when I see a guy who starts lifting and competing at such a young age. Because when I was 17, I was nowhere near as disciplined enough to diet for a bodybuilding show. How did you get involved with this, and what made you decide to want to diet, through your teen years like that?
Well, I guess you could say I'm not a typical teenager. I've been during the summers, I'd work with my dad basically every day, Monday through Saturday. Sunday, just play soccer and stuff. And I don't really, go out partying or anything. It's not really my scene. I don't really like being social. I like just hanging out, basically, with my friends. And I guess also another thing would be is I've been with, I don't know if you'll see later on in the video, my girlfriend. I've been with her for 5 years and change, so.
So you're on lockdown, in other words.
Yeah, yeah, I guess you could say so.
That's a long time. You've only been alive 19 years. That's like a third of your life you've been with this girl.
Yeah. Looking back at pictures, we were babies. But I definitely could, she has a huge part in it. Definitely pushing me, motivating me.
She likes the bodybuilding?
Yeah, she loves it. Of course, she doesn't like the whole grumpy part and cooking at late at night. But, yeah, she does all my cooking. She does everything. She helps me with posing, trains with me every day,
Is that her spotting you?
Yeah, that's her.
Wow. All right. Well, she's a good-looking girl, so I can see why you want to stay with her after 5 years. Now, the whole eating every 2 hours, the low carbs, having to, make, to get it down to the weight class to get yourself in shape. Was that harder when you were younger? Has it gotten easier, or has it gotten more difficult for you in your mind?
Well, to be honest with you, 2 years ago I just did the prep of myself, so I didn't really know what I was doing. So I guess in a way I was just underfeeding the crap out of myself. I was eating nothing. I was eating for like a freaking 10-year-old.
Really?
So it was a miserable moment, It wasn't as enjoyable. I thought that's how you had to do, just to be miserable, just to compete. I still stuck through it. I didn't cheat on my diet or anything. But now, working with Dom, it's honestly, to tell you the truth, until maybe 2 weeks ago, I didn't even feel like I was dieting. I was eating, I was full. I was training harder than ever. In the video, I only got up to the hundreds on the incline press, but...
Well, you're a week out from a show, too.
Yeah, exactly, and I was still doing the hundreds and weighing 185, but, 7 weeks out, I was doing the 140s at Bev's for 8.
That's
I was
amazing.
Just getting stronger and stronger. And like I said, I was eating so much food. I looked at the diet. He kept adding food. I'm like, are you serious? How the hell am I going to keep getting leaner? And it's not like I was doing much cardio. I was doing a half-hour cardio for the first 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 weeks.
And how far do you want to go with this? I mean, do you see yourself wanting to get a pro card? Do you want to make this a lifestyle, a career choice for yourself?
I mean, it would be a dream come true. That's my goal, That's what I think about all the time. But, I mean, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Well, you're on your way. You're obviously under the right guidance now, and that's the most important thing, because sometimes people waste time and they don't really make progress during their early years, and that's really when the best gains come. Now, talk to me a little bit about chest training, because teen chest training when you're younger as a teenager is different than as you get a little older and you get a little bigger. Do you find that you have to use more volume, or do you use less volume, more weight? What kind of techniques do you employ at your age?
Well, about a year ago, I didn't realize what it was. I had like a really sharp pain in the back of my elbow, and I just thought it was just one of those little stupid nagging things where it would just go away the next week. And I've always trained heavy. I was maybe 17 years old. Yeah, 17. I was doing right before my competition. I did 405 on the flat bench.
Wow.
By myself. Yeah, but not the best form, bouncing it off my chest, But yeah, back to the injury, like a year ago, I got a sharp pain and I just kept beating on it, hoping that maybe it would just go away, just one of those things. And then I realized I got checked out and it turned out to be tendonitis, and it just got really bad. So I took maybe 2-3 weeks off completely from the gym, and then I took another 2-3 weeks off from just pressing in general, triceps and shoulder presses and just chest in general. And it got a little bit better, but I had to adapt my chest training to what wouldn't hurt my elbow. Like, I haven't barbell bench pressed in probably 8-9 months. The most I'll do is Smith machine. I mean, from the beginning of the prep, it got so much better. I don't know why. I guess I just got lucky. But, I ice it and heat it. I treat it as much as possible, but it's something that will probably just be there for a very long time.
Well,
I just had to adapt to, like, supersets and just exercises that wouldn't bother. I mean, I like to stick to free weights and stick to that as much as possible, but, like, dumbbells, it doesn't bother my elbow. Perfect form, all the way up, all the way down, doesn't bother my elbow, but barbell for some reason just stings.
Well, we all have a little bit of injuries to deal with here and there. You got long arms, as you develop more, you'll see everything changes in your body, and you're obviously, like I said, on your way. You're doing the right thing. You got a lot of natural brute strength, and that obviously helps. What would you say your best lift is? That your bench press, or would you say what do you do for like legs? Anything impressive?
Well, legs, I've squatted, ass to calves, nothing worse than that. I've done 5 plates for 8.
Wow, you're crazy strong, huh? Holy mackerel.
Yeah, that was like deep into the off season, back when I was a disgusting 240. But I've deadlifted 575 for, I think it was like 5 or 6 reps.
Very impressive.
I've bench pressed the dumbbells. Was actually a PR. The 140s for 8. But, powerhouse, you always get that extra kick in the pants when you work out there.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me about it. Now, what kind of cardio does Dominic have you doing getting ready for the show, if any?
Well, in the beginning, it was just, moderate cardio, heart rate between 135, 145, half hour. Progressively got up to like an hour. And then about 8 weeks out, I want to say, I'm not 100% positive. He slowly added like 10-15 minutes, like post-workout. And then he decided to experiment and do the HIT cardio.
Mm-hmm.
The cardio.
High intensity, yeah.
Yeah. And instead of doing an hour in the morning, he got me doing 30 minutes. The changes in my legs were drastic that we just decided to keep it. Like, they just dried out. My glutes started drying out a lot more, and my legs started looking a lot better.
You're really deceptive looking in clothes. You don't look that big, and then I'm watching you pose now, and you got some great legs. Tremendous quad development, good separation for a 19-year-old. It's a shame you couldn't do teen nationals.
Yeah, I mean, I see it as a lost opportunity, but now looking back at it, I definitely learned my body a lot more that time that I had from teen nationals till now, and I feel like it was definitely the right decision me and Don made.
Right. Well, best of luck to you. I think you're going to do real well at the Metropolitan Championships coming up this Saturday, and I'm sure you have some stiff competition in the middleweight class, but I think the teens are going to be in real trouble when they see you up on that stage. Hopefully you come home with 2 trophies in your hand.
I hope so, man. I do.
All right, for now we are out of time. I'm Dave Palumbo with Carlos Silva in the Iron Asylum.